got my autism assessment coming up and I've done all the prep work you've told me. So is there anything I should bring with me? That's a great question. It doesn't hurt to bring a bunch of resources and references for yourself. You might want to try and get a feel for your assessor, like maybe handing them a couple of your resources and seeing how they respond. You don't want to overwhelm them, especially if they aren't very positive about the resources you bring in. Like, you're going into this not knowing this person, how they view autism, so you want to tread lightly and see how they respond and kind of cater your response to them. That's scary, right? Especially for autistic people who can have problems reading other people. But I think it's probably safe to give your assessor your self-assessment quizzes. So I told mine, I took these autism self-assessment quizzes and found the results to be revealing. Are there any specific quizzes you recommend? There are two that I found to be really helpful. Both are on the Embrace Autism website. One is called the ASPE quiz, which, despite the outdated name, is my favorite of the self-assessments because it gives detailed graphical breakdowns of the areas where you exhibit autistic traits and the areas where you tend to be more neurotypical. Oh wow, that is really nice. And it was very helpful in my appointment. My assessor looked it over and exclaimed that it was far more detailed than the DSM-5 and that the graphs showing my spectrum were incredibly helpful. And she looked up Embrace Autism after that as a resource for herself. Nice. What's the other quiz? The other one I like is called the CAT-Q, which rates how heavily you camouflage. So it was really helpful because in the appointment I was masking, and when she asked about my more normal presentation, I referenced my camouflaging scores, which were off the chart. So that helped clear that up with her. I see how that could be really helpful. So I printed both quizzes out and handed them to my assessor right at the beginning, and it worked for me. She was open and responsive, and you might want to bring some more resources with you and kind of gauge how they respond and if you want to hand them to your assessor. So for your assessments, just go to the Embrace Autism website and see which of the self-assessments you feel are the best fit for you, print those out, and bring in a couple to show. Cool, thanks. I'm gonna go there now before I forget.